The unthinkable happens. A baboon snatches the honey badger cub, a ruthless act of dominance that defies the natural order. Escaping to the high branches, the baboon mocks the mother below, holding her legacy hostage in a display of cruel intelligence. Below, the mother's fury is palpable. This is the apex of courage, a small creature facing a wall of predators to reclaim her own. The baboons surround her, a sea of teeth and fur, but they underestimate the legendary resilience of the honey badger's spirit. From the safety of the canopy, the baboons launch a barrage of wild fruit, a mocking rain that strikes the mother as she searches for a way to strike back. A chilling roar echoes across the plain. The mother stands her ground, her defiance a testament to the primal bond of motherhood. The standoff intensifies. Surrounded by a wall of snarling primates, the honey badger mother stands alone, a stark silhouette of defiance. Every growl and snap is a test of nerves. In the wild, psychological warfare is as lethal as the physical strike itself. High above, the baboon uses the cub as a shield, a cruel game of cat and mouse where the stakes are life itself. Her grief curdles into a blinding rage. No longer a victim, the mother transforms into a whirlwind of fury, launching a frantic counterattack at the baboons at the base of the tree. The baboons descend to a new low, throwing waste in a vile attempt to humiliate and distract. But an animal fueled by love knows no insult. She begins the impossible climb. Each claw sinking into the bark is a heartbeat of determination, defying gravity and fear alike. The troop watches in stunned silence. They're witnessing the invincibility of a mother's heart, a force that nature itself must respect. Driven by an unbreakable bond, she ascends once more, her claws gripping the bark with a desperation that defies the dizzying heights of the canopy. But the baboon is a master of this aerial world, leaping from branch to branch with the cub in tow, cruelly mocking the mother's agony in a high-stakes game of keep away. The baboons continue their cruel psychological game, using the captive cub as a pawn to provoke the mother's desperation. Fueled by the agonizing sight of her cub being used as a plaything, the mother's restraint snaps, turning her into a whirlwind of teeth and claws against the sentinels below. Her raw courage meets a cold, insurmountable reality. On the ground, she is a warrior, but against a coordinated troop, she is a prisoner of her own desperation. After several failed rescue attempts, she pauses. The brute force of a lone warrior cannot breach this wall of primates. A spark of primal intelligence flickers in her eyes, a realization that survival in the savannah requires more than just fury. She begins to weave through the encirclement, a tactical retreat that the baboons mistake for surrender. Finally, breaking free from the immediate circle, she reaches a familiar patch of scorched earth. In a rare display of vulnerability, she seems to pray to the wild, pleading for the African honeybees to appear, a stinging miracle that is now her only hope. Refusing to yield to the empty hollows of her first attempt, the mother's resolve leads her to a new site where her claws finally strike the vibration of a living hive, unleashing a swarm of winged fury. She carries the buzzing fury directly towards the baboons, transforming herself into a living storm. Panic erupts. The baboons, for all their strength, are defenseless against this microscopic infantry. The canopy, once their fortress, is now a trap. Arrogance evaporates in an instant. The baboons are forced into a desperate vertical retreat, falling from the branches in a frantic bid to outrun a microscopic enemy. In the swarming madness, the captor's grip falters. The cub is dropped, a fragile life caught in the crossfire of two primal forces. Amidst the retreating primates and the cloud of bees, she secures her legacy with a tenderness that defies the brutality of the moment. She retreats, the cub safe in her jaws. The cost of survival is etched in every sting. Yet the bond of motherhood remains the savanna's ultimate armor. Across the scorched plain, the troop is pursued by a living cloud of vengeance, a stark reminder that in this land, even the giants must bow to the smallest of kings. Back in the sanctuary of the burrow, the world grows quiet. Here, in the shadows, a mother's resolve has turned the impossible into a quiet victory.